So today there was the Splatoon 2 Direct, and obviously there's a lot of exciting things that came out of that Direct, especially if you are really looking forward to Splatoon 2 like I am. Probably the most exciting of those things is the fact that a week early on July 15th, for a good 4 hours, we'll be able to all play a Splatfest if you own a Nintendo Switch. That's awesome. You can bet I am going to be there, might even live stream it, but what I want to talk about today is the Nintendo Switch Online app, because this is something that we've had rumors about, we've heard rumblings, but we never really knew how everything worked, right? So, with Splatoon 2 launching on July 21st, the Nintendo Switch Online app is launching alongside it. And while it is not fully functioning, it's not going to have every single feature that the app is going to end up having once the paid service launches, it is going to have a bunch of services that give us kind of a taste of how this app works and how it's going to work with a multiplayer game such as Splatoon 2. And I want to look at this because I've been extremely critical of this app's existence from day one, especially when it came to voice chat. So, to be completely honest and completely fair, I'm obviously not going to give any final judgments until I use the app. And then I'll give probably another judgment once the paid version of it comes out. But until then, here is what we know now after this Direct. So, Nintendo updated their online service area on Nintendo.com. And they released a new section for Splatoon that talks about the part of the Splatoon app. So, here's what we need to know. It is called the Nintendo Switch Online app. And here's what it says on the website. The Nintendo Switch Online Smart Device app is designed to enhance your online experience for compatible games on Nintendo Switch console. This app will initially launch with a limited feature set and will be compatible with the Splatoon 2 game. In Splatoon 2, the app will give you access to Splatnet 2, where you can see your online battle stats, your gear, and much more. I'm going to get into some more details on this in a second. It also says that you can invite your friends and voice chat during games. With the app, you can send online play invitations to players on your Nintendo Switch system's friend list. The app will also let you quickly send invites via social networks and messaging services. When you're invited to a game, you'll get notified right away via a push notification on your smart device. Once players are connected, you can use voice chat openly with friends while in the online lobby and during online play, depending on the game. So here, let's get some more how Splatoon 2 handles all this. So within the app, they have this thing called Splatnet 2, which is specific to Splatoon 2. And here's how it works. So the app will be compatible with the Splatoon 2 game, giving players the ability to access Splatnet 2, invite friends to online matches, and chat during the game. Both the app's functionality and online play will be free until Nintendo Switch Online Services launches in 2018. With the app and the Splatoon 2 game, you'll be able to access Splatnet 2 to see your online play stats, check out upcoming game stages, and more. You'll also be able to invite friends who have the game to private battles, league battles, and Splatfest battles via social media and other services. When players are invited to a game, they'll get an instant notification on their smart device. The app will let you chat with friends in your online lobby before your game begins, and talk to your teammates to coordinate strategy once the game begins. Stay tuned for more information. Now, that's just what they have available on the websites, and it's very interesting because there's actually more information about this out there, thanks to the Direct, that is not included in here. So as an example, when you're playing with your friends, you guys can all be in a lobby together, chatting away, having fun playing Splatoon. But when you split up into groups, the game will kick you into chat just for your group, which is good. You don't have to create your own separate rooms like you would have to on Discord or Ventrilo and separate your friends out. This is assuming that you have 8 friends to play with, of course. And it is very good that you can invite people from social media. Now, what you're seeing on the screen right now is some images and video of seeing the app in action. And I gotta say, it looks good. It looks really good. This is definitely an extremely polished application for your phone. And it's something that I don't think any of us expected Nintendo to release something that wasn't polished, right? This is their first foray with online voice chat and lobbies and all that stuff on Switch, and I like what I see. It looks good. Is it going to replace me using Discord and other services to chat with my friends while I play? I don't know. Now, it definitely would have if this app was available to download on your Switch, so then you could use it locally. And the fact that you can't do any of this locally on your Switch, I still feel is something that's holding it back. I feel like as an option on your phone, that's amazing. And this might even be the best companion app we have seen, because let's set aside the lobbies and the voice chat. What can you do in Splatoon 2 with the Splatnet 2 services through the Nintendo Switch Online app? Well, pretty simple. You can track your stats. It's got this thing that lets you see how much paint you have sprayed and what its coverage of real-world objects would be. I think they have like the pyramids in there. Like, oh, you've splattered enough to, cover an entire pyramid. It also does things like let you purchase in-game items through the app that when you eventually get back to the game, you can pick up and use, which I think is great, because we all know that in Splatoon 2, you go to shops, you buy your gear, and the fact that you could just manage all that from the app is a really great thing, and I would love to see them do this with more games, letting me micromanage my game while I may not have access to my Switch, or while maybe I'm on break at another job. Now, obviously, this is my job, but if I had another job and I'm on a lunch break, like maybe I don't have my Switch with me and I don't have access online anyways, and I just want to use my phone quick and buy a few things and micromanage my little Splatoon 2 character. The stat tracking looks really, really interesting. I think it tracks your last 50 matches, and that's just awesome. Like, this app feels like a premium app, and it feels like something I'm really, really, really glad exists. But again, my caveat is always going to be, if they don't eventually make this application available natively on the Switch, I'm going to be a little disappointed. Just because I understand taking all this processing away from the Switch and having, online networks and cloud servers and all this stuff, micromanage all the processing of all your stats and of the voice chats and stuff. I get it. I understand why Nintendo's taking it away from the Switch, and that it allows the Switch to focus on just as much power as it possibly can given to playing the game. But I still feel that there's going to be issues with this, such as the fact that not everyone has a smart device. I know a lot of people do, but not everyone has a smart device. And some people actually have Windows smart devices, which are not Android and are not iOS. And that's all this thing supports right now is Android and iOS. And on top of that, again, this isn't something that's going to affect me, but it's also something where my phone, usually when I am playing games, or like right now when I'm recording the audio for this video, my phone is plugged into a charger charging, because I drain a lot of battery on my phone every day. I get all my Twitter updates, I got all my Facebook updates, my YouTube comment updates, I get a whole bunch of updates on my phone, email, everything else, and I do occasionally play a game or two, and my phone probably goes through 2, possibly 3 full charges per day. And I know that's not necessarily a normal use case. I think most people can probably go through a whole day on 1 full charge. But now if I have to suddenly play Splatoon 2 and do online voice chat and lobbies, have to use my phone, that's more phone drain. And I'm all for having less phone drain. I'm all for, if there's a way to do it without using my phone, that's the preferred way I want to do it. And unfortunately, that's just not the case here. And I'm going to continue to probably be critical of this, no matter how amazing this app is, no matter how great the voice chat ends up being, even if Nintendo makes it so you don't have to run a separate cord to your Switch to get game audio. It's still something that is going to bother me, just because this should just be an option. I feel like what Nintendo is doing here is fantastic. I think the app is a lot better than I anticipated that it's going to be. But I'm also still not fully satisfied, because it feels like Nintendo's actually doing online lobbies and all this stuff right. But the fact I can't do it from my Switch bugs me. And I can't foresee it ever not bugging me. It's almost the same situation people sometimes had issues with the Wii U gamepad, where you had to look away from your Switch to do things on the gamepad. Oh, you have to use the eShop on your gamepad. You have to look away from your TV. You have to look away. Like, there's reasons third-party developers, like, oh, I don't want people looking down at their screen. It takes them out of the game. And, like, having to look at my phone is me looking away from my TV or looking away from my Switch. to manage lobbies and stuff kind of takes me out of things a little bit, if that makes sense. But there are some smart things. Like I like that it gives you a notification update on your phone if someone's inviting you to play a game. And like I feel like there's a lot of smart uses here. I would even love if they were able to make it work with Facebook and get a Facebook notification that you get an invite, or a Twitter notification when you get an invite. I think those are all highly positive things that Nintendo's kind of heading down that direction. But at the same time, I can't help but feel that Nintendo is really missing out on not allowing this app to be natively on the Switch. And I know Nintendo has never come out and said it will never, ever, ever be on the Switch, but they have repeatedly said that you need to do all this stuff on a phone, and everything's managed through this phone app. So, again, I think the app looks fantastic. I don't think there's much I can criticize about the app itself. I'm very, very pleased with what this app is doing. And again, I'm going to end up using it because I don't have a choice. I would rather do it natively on my Switch. Now, what I want to know, though, is how do you guys feel? Are you guys excited? Do you think this app looks good? Do you wish it was also on the Switch? Are you just satisfied the way it is? And are you going to be like me and probably in a year forget about it? Like maybe it still bugs you in the back of your mind, but you end up getting so used to using the app, you just stop caring. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. What I do know is, though, my favorite headset's a USB headset, and I won't be able to use that on my phone. That kind of sucks. Oh well. Anyways, I am Nathaniel Rufflejans from Nintendo Prime. If you like this video, you know what to do. Subscribe for more videos like this. And as always, check us out at patreon.com/Nintendo Prime. Help support us, because as I said, I'm trying to do this for a living. It's very hard. It's a lot of work. But it is what it is. And I will catch you folks in the next one.